Hello. Hello, hello. Hi. How is everyone doing today? This mic is gonna drive me insane, y'all. Anyways, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Let me turn down the music a little bit. Let me say hello to everyone. Beth, thank you for redeeming first. Rochelle, thank you for redeeming your daily star. Candy, Beth as well. Erica, hello, welcome in. Thank you for redeeming your daily star. Candy, oh my god. How is everyone? Audio was a little cracky, okay. Audio problems. What's new? What is new? I'll figure it out one day, I promise. Eddie, welcome in. Hello. I don't put out much anymore because it usually fixes itself. It's okay. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I have not fixed it yet, so it's a me thing. Like, I'd rather, I don't know, if it fixes itself quickly, I don't want to know, but if it's like hanging around a long time, definitely let me know. Because it's alright. I'd rather fix it for you guys than have it be annoying. But how is everyone? How are you doing on this fine Monday? Nice flames? Thanks. These are my blue light glasses. I kind of want to get like my regular glasses like this too, because I really like how they look on me. Yeah, meow. You want to come say hi to everyone? But yeah. Come here. Where are you? Come here. Come here. She's just looking at me, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see her. Or come up here. Come here. Come on. She's just staring. Anyways. Been grinding 14 this whole evening. Let's go. I've been thinking about 14 all day at work. I'm excited to get back into it after a little bit off. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much of an update. Did a lot of things, but also not a lot of things this weekend. Got my nails done. I don't know. I know. I feel like I'm getting to like a very intense part of the game, I guess. Or like I've just finished the first part of it pretty much. Chilled, yeah. Mike ran a half marathon and then just chilled. Okay, now Kiko, I need to type, baby. I think that's my password. Okay, cool. It is. I'm gonna mute the audio because it's gonna be loud. You're like halfway through Stormblood, yeah. So the other portions of Stormblood must not be as long. This first portion must... Oh, guys, look, it did it! It opened up to Stormblood. Let's go. That's so exciting. I'm so thankful. Buggy, hello, welcome in. I hope stream today went well. Again, you went live right when I was like going into meetings and stuff, and I was like, Mm. I know, me and Beth. I know. Yeah, bad timing for real. One last thing before we get started. We are still Alan, hello, welcome in. We are still doing our little food-a-thon. Please, please. Okay. Nomathon, exactly. But yeah. Anyways. Let me go ahead and also pull it up. Just little old Reaper Mini. Oh, 8? 8's not bad at all. Normally it's like 15 plus at this point. It's a good wabbit. A good wabbit. Very good wabbit. Wow, 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 wow. How was everyone's weekend? Did you guys do anything notable? Let me know. I want to know. Yep. Absolutely not. I got Liddy. That's amazing, Eddie. I just played 14. That's getting Liddy. Alright, so same as Eddie, shocking. I know I saw you guys playing one evening and I was like, I can't play and I want to play. Got White Mage and Red Mage to 100. Let's go. Warriors 98. How many do you have to 100 now? It wasn't really a weekend for me, just Sunday off, and I have tomorrow off. Gotcha. Did you work earlier today? How did that go? I feel like honestly, having a day in the middle of the week off, I would love that so much, because I feel like not as much, I would go like grocery shopping and stuff then, because I feel like not as much movement is happening during the middle of the day, because everyone is technically at work. Yeah, maybe eventually you'll get it.
Here. You were the last to arrive.
Sorry, my bad.
I see. Thank you. We owe the Confederacy a great debt.
I have waited 25 years for this moment. You owe us naught.
Aww. Just those, Paladin and Picto. Oh, and Dark Knight. Okay, okay. Well, at least you have the rest of tonight off, and you have tomorrow off, which will be good.
Look! It's Lord Hien!
8 jobs at 100, which is bonkers. You just love this game so much, and I love it.
Some few words of encouragement would not go amiss, my lord.
Right. Yes, of course.
Oh, I forgot I changed her hairstyle.
Forgive me. This is rather more daunting than I had anticipated. But you are right. I must be strong. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
We are a sorry lot, are we not? Tired, dirty, stinking of blood and sweat and ash. The people pushed to the point of breaking.
Words of encouragement. Uh-huh.
And yet, we won. The perseverance to endure decades of oppression. The will to carry on the legacy of those we have lost. These were the bonds that held us together and gave us the strength to reclaim our home. After 25 hard years, the shadow of the Empire no longer darkens these lands, and we may at last look forward to the dawning of a new day. But, my friends, it will be a day of work.
Why are they shaking their heads?
So I ask you, have you yet the strength to stand? To rise up with me once more? Here and now? And begin to rebuild our homeland?
I mean, what would happen if they just said, nah, never mind. Never mind. Forget it. We just won that war and we're out.
This will not end with Doma. We will see to that, right, Lise?
Right.
Indeed, this is but the beginning. The tide is turning, and it shall soon bear us back across the seas and onward and to the next battlefield.
Let's go. What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? I have to go all the way back over here. Wait. Oh no. I could have used the boat back. I could have used the boat back. It's fine. I guess we just have to talk. Dear Lord. My brain was not working. That's okay. Alright, I wonder what the next portion is really gonna be like, because I feel like that was it. But I guess we have to go back to where we're from and start freeing the people there. I also kind of assumed there would be more people, but I guess there's just a lot more people just elsewhere. I don't really know how big Doma is, technically, I guess. Excuse me, sorry. My question for those of you who do know. Is that big guy who hated us that I also hate dead? The one who was like the ladies' like go-to man in a way. I really hope he is, because I don't like him. He was the in-dungeon boss. Okay, for Doma Castle. Okay. Cool. Also, welcome in Barely, yeah. See, Barely knew. Barely walked in and was like, I know this answer. Where are we going now? My cure translate. No, they're very much needed. Barely is still learning. Welcome to Akira stream. I do, yeah. I'm sorry. In my defense, I don't think I could play this game if I read all the cutscenes. My brain and ADHD is just like, nope. Mm-mm. I'm glad you enjoyed my no hesitation. Overall, I feel like I know a decent amount of what's going on, and I can kind of fill in the blanks once I get to ones that actually start talking to me, you know? And sometimes I will try and read them. At this speed, I click through it many. I don't think I would. Wait. Alarms at the... because you're reading it so quickly? Like how fast you click through it because you're reading it just so insanely quickly? Or just because you're just like, okay. Reading so very fast. Let's go. I wish I could read that fast. My brain genuinely, like, a lot of the time I have to read something over 3 times before it really sinks in.
Ah, there you are. All packed and ready
Reading disability. I also do that, Beth, sometimes.
To the best of my knowledge, yes. Apologies for the wait. The task of tying up loose ends invariably takes longer than one allows. Happily, however, all now seems to be in order.
Let's go.
Then there's nothing left to do but to board the ship. Do try and enjoy the journey, won't you? It may be your last chance to rest for a while.
That would depend on the good captain's choice of route.
As ever, Tataru, I pray you take all due precautions while making your
Her
inquiries.
hair like that is so
Better to
cute.
avoid the local authorities altogether than risk a repeat of our Ishgardian episode.
And what sordid episode is this, pray tell?
Naught to speak of, I assure you.
You there! Hold that ship!
Who? Mans.
What are you two doing here? Shouldn't you be in Doma?
Shouldn't you? You left with nary a word. We half wondered if I had done something to offend.
Of course
Upon
not.
learning that you had departed for Kugane, we immediately resolved to give chase. Our comrades can manage affairs in our absence, and it seemed the least we could do.
You mean you came all this way just to say goodbye?
That too, aye. But there was something else I felt I had to say.
Okay.
You helped us win our freedom, and for that I cannot thank you enough. Accordingly, after we have established an interim government and so forth, I think it only meet that we repay the favor by dispatching our own forces to Eorzea. If you would have us.
Yeah, let's go.
We harbored no expectations of such generous aid, and as there is no telling when the Empire might strike back at you, would it not be wiser to concentrate your resources on the defense of Doma?
I had a mind to pursue a more aggressive defense, to which we will send forth shinobi to provinces far and wide to spread word of our victory, that we might inspire others to take up arms as we did.
Oh, that's
Even the
so
Empire
smart.
has its limits. If the Garleans cannot be certain where and when the next rebellion will take place, how can they commit another force to Doma?
That's so
And besides,
smart.
So long as this debt remains unpaid, how am I to face myself? And Gorsetzer.
Miggy, welcome in.
As you wish. I will relay your offer to the Eorzean Alliance.
All of Doma is counting on you.
If you
to
could pin
finish
the
what we
first
have
one, that would be
started.
great.
You have it in you, Lise, to seize the future you want.
Oh my god, is it
Never
my
forget.
favorite chaos? Welcome in. All the besties are here. It makes me so
I won't,
happy.
Yen. Not your words or anything else. Everything that led us here, that will drive us forward, I'll carry it with me always. And that's a promise.
I will hold you to that.
Oh my god, Aaron! Hold on.
Go with them to Eorzea. Tell their people of our triumph and of our pledge to stand with them.
By your leave, I shall pave the way for our new alliance.
Oh, let's go.
Hurry up, you lot! The ship's about to weigh anchor!
It seems our time is at an end. Go well, my friends. And may we meet again beneath a western sky.
I know, it kills me as well. With the hair and like the earrings and the pin in their hair. Ugh, it's so cute. It's so cute. We're having a moment. Wait, is she not coming with us? I guess she's staying to like... Thank you, Chaos. I know, isn't it cute? I really love it. I like the little changes I did to my bunny girl. Oh, sheesh.
I always knew that woman was unfit for command.
Aye, when you think of all the resources we've poured into that hole, and for what?
Miggy.
The beast yet lives.
Oh my god.
Mayhap it is time I sharpen my claws. I wonder, will you walk into my parlor once more?
I hate that thing on it. It looks like a pimple. I hate it. Please. Thank you guys for the support. Holy heck. Miggy and Chaos both.
Badolorem Lupus, come at the command of the Lord Viceroy to present the prisoner taken by the Cranier Lupi.
What prisoner?
Xenosier Galvus, I presume. It's true what they say. You do have the eyes of a monster. A ravenous, insatiable fiend.
Oh my god.
You, give the butcher your weapon.
Yes, my lord.
My lord, this is...
A reward given in recognition of your service. I trust it will prove more capable than its former owner.
I swear, I'll not disappoint you, my lord.
Oh my
Good.
god.
Now, silence that mewling little piglet. I will not hear another sound pass her lips. Until I strip the fat from her.
Oh no, guys. Holy heck. That was so much that just happened. I thought we were just gonna be traveling back here. What the heck? Oh my god, guys. I'm actually flabbergasted and I'm trying to be productive. But okay. Okay, there we go. I think that's what you meant, Miggy, right? Let me go ahead and update all this since I got you guys. Yeah, I said log in. I really thought they were gonna kill her right then and there, so I'm really glad they didn't. Because I would have been so upset. Just all of a sudden they just throw in like, hey, another person died. Alright, let me update my tracker. Aaron and Miggy. Aaron, thank you so much for the 25. And then Miggy, thank you so much for the 10. You both get me eating raisins. So let's go ahead and do that while I talk about... Remember how we had a subathon, or... was it the fundraiser I did for stroke patients? Chaos finally got back to me with what they earned by being such a big donor and being amazing. And they added their custom command in Twitch. And so now we have a new one, which is nice check. So you can check which percentage of nice you are right now. Which is funny. 71% nice? Let's go. So this first one's for Chaos. Chaos, thank you so much for being part of this community. I don't know. I don't think my heart would ever be as full without you in my life. Mwah. Oh, I hate it. Okay. And this was for Miggy. Miggy, you're so nice. What was that it? No, Miggy's been one of my best friends for a long while and has always been there for me. And they've been quite amazing. And I appreciate their support always in every shape and form. Thank you. And here's your raisin. I know, truly. Alright. Miggy, you also get your name and emote screen. Same with Chaos. Statistically, I'm very nice. And Chaos gets a letter and a sticker. So let me go ahead and... Let me write that down. Oh, it's a letter or sticker, or you can change one of the food options. So let me know right now. I'm gonna just put letter and sticker. But yeah, let me go ahead and we are going to add an image. I'm gonna give you the cute little... You get the cute little pat emote this time, Miggy. Oh, exactly. What color would you like to be, Miggy? Nice little pink. Let me know if that's okay, or if you want something else, Miggy. And then one for Aaron. I feel like I do the same one for Aaron every time. I just feel like this is Aaron. Like, I genuinely, like... I don't know if I can pick another one for them ever. I'm gonna make Chaos orange, like the fires. There we go. I'm just adding a little group so I can hide it a little bit in my little thing. And then I think that's it. So, but right now we have 30, 40. A total of 40, which means I have to eat a jalapeno. Amazing. I don't think I have one. Do you know why? Because my boyfriend took my last one. But I will eat it at the beginning of the next stream. I'll go ahead and order my groceries tonight. Do you guys order your groceries? I find it very, very nice. Like, I order it and then I go pick it up after work. So it's like a pull-up situation and they give it to me. He did me a favor, truly. I would have gone in there and, like, just grabbed it with my bare hands, too. I did buy a lot recently. But... we do that too. I just love it. Sometimes I do really like grocery shopping though.
Hello.
Fuck you, Reyes. Thank you for the follow. Let me know if you want to go buy anything else. I'm sorry that took me so long. I'm dyslexic. It broke my brain. But welcome in. It's nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. I used to get it delivered, but now I have more energy. Been going to pick it up. Yeah, I really do love just walking around the grocery store, honestly. To me, it's really relaxing. And I get excited about thinking about meals I can make, you know? It truly is my kryptonite. But it's okay, it's a cute name. Whoa, someone's got a little toy train. To everyone with or without dyslexia. I like it though, like just looking at your name, it's like very visually appealing. All right. Let's go here. Back in our homeland. Shorten it however you like. Okay, awesome. I'll just call you Val if that's okay. Let me know if you'd want me to call you anything else. But welcome in. I am in Stormblood of Final Fantasy. We just kind of finished Doma Castle and we just got back to our original land. So I'm very, very excited to see where this goes. I'm sad to leave our husband, but here we are talking to another one of our husbands, so it's okay. Why did I forget Thancred existed? Like, come on. It's because I was too blinded by that Doma man. That great, great Doma man. You just finished Stormblood? Let's go! How long have you been playing? I've just been playing probably 4 to 6 months at this point. Like, seriously. I love it so far, and I fell in love with it in Heaven's Sword, which was... I love. All right, Conrad. About the same? Okay, let's go. That's so nice to hear. I'm glad you're also enjoying the game. How did you get into it, if you don't mind me asking? Because I had a couple of friends wrote me in. And then it seemed like everyone just kind of deep dove into it. And I was like, okay, I really have to play now. A couple of wifeys. I wonder who. Beth and Ash, for sure. It's the wifeys that roped me in, but I'm staying for my husband. Beth, you know I would not play this game if you weren't playing it. Let's be real here. I had a friend that played for a little bit and then came back to it and was like, for my birthday, you have to play. And I've been subbed ever since. Let's go. That's so fun.
Pray, join me in welcoming our Scion allies, but recently returned from their mission to the Far East. We have been most eager to hear a first-hand account of your time there. Eventful as we understand it was.
That's sickening, Kate. Get that out of here. 19 months? That is sickening. Due to your resub, you get a raisin eaten. This is my third one in a very short period of time. And I'm so happy about it. Okay. This raisin is for Kate. Kate is one of the most amazing, fantastic people I have met through Twitch. We have been on some quite adventures already together. And we both love K-pop, and I cannot wait. We are about to go sign up and spend money we both don't have to go to another K-pop concert together. And it's going to be amazing. They are amazing and beautiful, and I cannot wait to see them again, even though I literally just saw them. Okay. Bye. Real, yeah.
Very well. Allow me.
Kate is a real person. Confirmed. "19 months is crazy, actually."
Such victories
No
are
way.
rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price. Doma, free after all these years.
Wait, Kate, what's just telling you? Yeah, it is very exciting because Kate will probably be coming to my local vicinity and we'll get to meet the queen herself, which is bonkers, guys.
Bloody hells. Flooding their own castle for a better chance at victory. We could learn a thing or two from that lad.
Our agents report a flurry of communications between Garlemald and Alamigo in recent days. It is plain they are in the midst of deliberating their response to the Doman uprising.
Okay.
Good. Every Imperial unit in occupied territory will be on the lookout for civil unrest. The fear of leaving critical locations undefended will make commanders think twice about committing their forces, giving us a chance to seize the initiative.
We have a chance, aye. Mayhap the last one we're ever going to get. While we've done our best to rebuild the resistance, the Imperials have only increased their efforts to root out sympathizers. If we keep on playing for smaller prizes, it's only a matter of time before they crush us again. And that we won't come back from.
A swift advance seems best for all concerned. Not least poor Mistress Cryo.
Pause. I'm confused. I get, we're worried about doing uprising against this empire, right? Do they have a stronger hold here than they did in Doma? Because I'm very confused because I feel like we can have more backup here than Doma had. You know? I'm just thinking, you know?
Then let us waste no more time. The campaign for Alamegan liberation begins now.
Begins now.
Our first objective will be to capture Castellum Valadina. Take the bridge, and the whole of the fringes will be ours. From there, we can push east towards the peaks. I name this operation Rulga's Beacon. For as Rulga once sent his star to guide our ancestors to these lands, so too shall it see us home.
That's cute. You had the same thought? Truly. I'm just a little confused. Like, my only thought, if it's about the same, is that we had to go to Doma to get, like, more backing because we failed once here because the prince came and, like, annihilated us. And so everyone was like, no, we can't do it. And so we had to go prove that someone else could, you know? That's my only thought right now. I also wonder if we're ever gonna meet the king. Because that would be interesting. You know, F it, we're gonna ride all the way across because we haven't been here in a minute. This place is really pretty too. I've enjoyed all of the areas we've unlocked in Stormblood. I think they're very... I like how diverse they are. I feel like... I'm just gonna have to go back and talk to Conrad. Oh, it's right there. Is this the doctor? Oh no. Just an officer. Okay. Wait, in the water? Oh, the water. Hot-blooded youth. What are those? I keep seeing them and I can't click on them. They remind me of like the warp things that I can collect, but that's not it. That's not them. Mr. Conrad, sir. I talked to all your men. Oh, he's got his little guy. His little guy is so cute. Holy heck. That's unattuned, so I have to go here. Truly, I thought I was attuned to so much more than I am. Can I fly? I cannot. Cry. I really have to like I feel like going up than down is gonna make more sense. But I really feel like I need to grind off stream just so I can start flying in areas. I need to do a lot of off-stream stuff, but like pick up Sage. I need to pick up Sage, just like I picked up Reaper. But I'm really enjoying Reaper right now. But I would love to learn to be a healer because I know healers aren't needed. And so I don't always have to, it's DPS, right? So I don't always have to be like an attack. Oh, that's just like a hole in the ground. Where does that lead to? Currently making spaghetti and meatballs. Let's go. Did you make it all from scratch? Spaghetti and meatballs are not my favorite, but I feel like they would be my favorite if Chaos made them. What's the best job in the game? I feel like... I don't know. I like Dancer so far, but I really love Reaper. But I feel like I can't say it's my favorite because I just picked it up.
It's begun then.
You're sick today? Oh no! Chaos, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better soon.
Good.
Making the sauce better, I browned the meatballs and used it as a base for the sauce.
Knowing what's to come.
As you should. That sounds
I'll never
so
get used
good.
to it.
My tummy hurts, oh no. Like fever or just overall just tummy hurting? Because I get that. A stomach hurts.
Calm down, Nago. You're making her nervous. We've come this far, haven't we? We just need to make it the rest of the way.
Thank you, Lise. Ginger ale.
Right.
Ginger ale is godsend when you're sick. There was like a short period of like 2 weeks where my stomach was just upset a lot, and I don't keep soda in the house. So I had to go out, and like after that I was like, I literally have to have ginger ale in this house at all times. And so now I have it fully, I always have it stocked here just in case my stomach is like, no. I'd raise a cow and a pig and grow wheat and please. You're way too nice to me, Chaos.
Looks like the bastards went for the bait. The bridge is ours for the taking. Now remember, Monago, I want you to make for the tower as soon as you see an opening and get that flag flying.
I won't let you down, sir.
Come then. Rolga's star shall burn bright this day.
Oh god, I'm anxious. We already had someone die and now we're already back into action. I want that mount. I want a griffin. Absolutely. I prefer to make a ragu or a bolognese personally, but meatballs are a comfort. I'm not a huge fan of meatballs. A ragu sounds great. I don't know if I've had a bolognese. Is that how you say it?
Here it comes.
A short rib? Wait, that sounds amazing. Bolognese. Oh, bolognese. It looks like bologna to me. And I know that's not correct. But that's what my brain does. Its name comes from a region of Bologna. Oh, okay. Your brain is right. Okay. Yay, it's right. I don't think I've ever had a short rib ragu. I don't think I've had many ragus in my life. But I know I like it more than spaghetti and meatballs. I'm a huge fan of chicken meatballs, honestly, guys. I found some of those at Costco, basically, and eat it up. But in Italy, it is Bologna. Oh no. Okay, cool, I muted out. What the frugal? What the frugal? Oh my frugal nuts. Let's get rid of this guy. This makes sense to get rid of these first. My gosh. Okay, cool. My Bologna has a first name. It's Oscar. Oscar Bologna. No Nyan? You know, like Nyang? Wait, what? Bologna? Bologna. I feel like Kek was just wanting me to nya. Like a cat. Oh, I missed. Fudge. Okay.
Meet my new friend!
to pieces!
Credit pappardelle is basically long wide noodles like ribbon pasta. Oh, I love them. They're good for thick meaty sauces. Oh, the big, yeah, I know exactly which ones you're talking about. I really like
No
rice
more running,
noodles, though.
no more
I know
hiding.
that's
Let's
Asian
finish
dishes,
this.
but oh no, Papa Ardell.
Look,
Papa
the
Ardell.
flag.
Papa Ardell. Papa Ardell. That is a hard one to pronounce. Yeah. That's a big flag to carry up there as well.
The bridge is ours! Al amigo! Al amigo!
And trip up so many people, I'm sure.
Yeah!
I know. It's so big.
Stand your ground! It's not over yet!
It's to show the whole area that they've won, which is understandable.
Damn it!
Hot snake lady? We don't like her though.
Let them go, Lise. We've done what we came here to do. That's enough for now.
Oh, you mean the actual snake lady? No, yeah, she's hot. I was like, I guess that's, I guess she could be snake-like, but... Oh my gosh. Oh, that's Ishgard, right? Who the heck are these guys? Okay, let's go. Oops. Wait, what?
Is fallen? Impossible.
We have them on the run! Forward! No mercy!
Let's go.
Regroup! Regroup! We have to regroup! All units, fall back!
You do not need 2 arms. I always expect him to get like some type of like mechanical arm at some point, but I don't think he's ever going to.
Commander, the 4th cohort has been routed. We'll be at the mercy of the enemy's reinforcements if we don't fall back now.
Idiot! We have the stronger force by far. Don't be taken in by their tricks. Or would you rather tell Xenos you lost to this rabble?
Oof.
No, but if the snakes betray us in the confusion, we'll have no way out. I'm begging you, Commander. Give the order, or we'll all die here.
As common traitors who drank of muddied waters. For all the good it did us. Skulls with me! The day is theirs, and so is this bastard bridge. Someone bring the snake.
You didn't even finish ARR? Oh my gosh. Wait, what? That's so exciting, Beth. I've never been... I need a white dress. Oh my god. That's so stressful. I don't have anything white. Wait, I do. I have. Wait, no, I'm not white. Other
It's our
people
first
are
victory,
white.
isn't it? And that has to be worth something.
No, I was not informed. I was not informed. It's okay. I haven't really been online much this weekend. I did basically say I was joining the marriage as well. I gotta find a nice new outfit to wear though. Maybe we do up here first and then go down. I'm not quite sure what the best course of action is. What's that one? Whoa. Increases damage dealt by self and nearby party members by 3%? Let's go! That's amazing! Oh, there you are, Beth. Yay! Your outfit's so cute. I love it so much. I want that outfit. That's what I want. And you got a little ugly duckling too. Thank you. Does that just let me in? Let me in. Let me in. Thanks for watering a groaning bunny. It's Saturday, 6 p.m. Oh, okay. I think I can do that. I think I can be there. I'll make sure. I'll be like, I'm sorry, we cannot go out to eat. I have to attend a wedding. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I have to attend a wedding that I have to. Thank you for the invite. That's so funny. I'm geeked that I had no idea. Did you just plan it like this past weekend? Oh. Okay, let me move my glasses because, oof, they are starting to hurt. So let me put them over now. Oh, that's so much better. I haven't been able to use these in a while, so I'm glad that I was able to use them a second ago. I still need to figure out target. This one's rear. Isn't the flank from the side, I guess? I'm gonna target side and rear. And this just, I just need to throw it in the vicinity. Flank side, yes, amazing. Show-stopping. Yep. Back to the bridge. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'm excited to cross the bridge and see what this place is. That's actually kind of insane. The engineering, insane. Ew, I don't like those bugs, man. Can we go inside this place? Yes, crossing the bridge. I love the sound of like our feet in this game and how different it sounds on different objects. Like metal versus not and all that. I feel like a lot of games don't pay attention to that as much, but I like it. Especially in a huge game like this, the small detail, it's nice. That's crazy. Gravity would have said no to those horns and that animal, but Final Fantasy XIV says yes. So wait, did we technically just free Lisa's homeland? Or are we still, like, a ways out? The appearing stones. This is so cute.
Ah, you've come. Welcome,
this is
friends, to my
Monagos.
village. My home.
Aww.
How fare your people?
I thought it was gonna be like,
Good,
where?
all things considered. Better than the Ananta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Kaliana.
Hey, Chaos. Here's your hot snake lady.
The Kaliana are another Ananta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Kaliana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago.
Oh no.
But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Kaliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Fordola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Kaliana?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Kaliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
Oh no.
I see. All Fordola knew for sure was that the resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Ananta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Kaliana had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Kaliana broodmother's own daughter, Anamika. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came.
Okay, is her child back?
The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Bad idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
No.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Kaliana move aside. But the broodmother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
Oh no.
The Kaliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
That's so sad.
The true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Kaliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a primal then and there?
Holy shish.
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Ananta. Now the Kaliana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Vera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us?
Aye. All who have fought with the Resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
Oh, that's me.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
Again, just send me in, like we have done every time, and I will take care of it. All right. All right, down we go. Use burlap sacks. Oh, okay, I see. Don't understand how they fit in there, but you know, it is what it is. Is what it is. Gotta patch the game. That's okay. You have till Saturday at 6 p.m. for the wedding. Night earring. Okay, there we go. It was turned a weird way. And I just became hyper aware of it, so. Oh, thank goodness. Wait, this area is so cool. I guess this is their village? Oh, I wish there was a little crystal here, but that's okay. Alright, now it looks like we're gonna fight this Gorlie. Do you know how stressful organizing invites to a wedding is? No, I do not. I do not. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I will know. We shall see. Maybe we go... Crap. I think we have to go this way. Dude, the rain thunder noise? Amazing. Top tier. Show stopping. Oh my god. Alright. Excuse me, my guy. Okay, cool. I did go the right way. We love making an educated guess and it being correct. Correct. You know? Miss Priss, come here. Come say hello to everyone again. The elephants! Excuse me. I'm gonna continue on my way, Mr. Elephant. Subscription re-upped. Now patching. Wedding on. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright, continuing my way up. Whoa. Whoa! What the heck? This is so pretty. A few hours. Glad I started before Saturday. Yeah. When you've probably been updated. Oh my god. Beautiful, amazing, show-stopping. Do we really have to stop this? I'm confused.
Why, mistress? Why does my Anamika slumber still?
Look thee on her face, supplicant. Thy prayer hath been answered. Flesh sundered hath been made whole. Blood spilt runneth through her veins. Breath stolen filleth her breast.
But she hears not her mother's words, nor sees her mother's face. She's silent and empty.
Well, this is what happens.
Only the vessel may be remade. Not so the flame which flickered within. Her soul hath been scattered to the four winds.
Girl!
Now do you see her promises for what they are?
Alice, have you gone mad?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mayhap I have, but I refuse to stand by and watch yet another tragedy unfold.
Who intrudes upon this sacred ground? Imperials, thirsting for blood.
Do we look like? Do we look like
not to shed blood, but to save you from the false god who would lead you astray. I understand how you feel. I do. You loved her with all your heart, but when the moment came, you still couldn't save her. The anguish, the anger, I know it only too well. But I also know where this path leads. To embrace a primal is to condemn yourself to an endless cycle of despair. You will never know peace.
Oh no.
A worm-eaten heart may find peace and serenity in service, in beauty and grace. This had ever been my promise. Naught else.
You tempt them with visions of things that can never be and leave them bereft and wanting.
to a reptile, probably? Humans all look the same, honestly, truly. Welcome in, Spring King.
No illusion, however sweet, can change the fact that your daughter is gone. Remember her as she was. Do not suffer this piteous shade to tarnish her memory.
I wonder if they're gonna be able to get through. What? Oh, okay, Lise.
For every prayer that primal answers, it'll demand payment in kind. Do you have any idea how many more Ananta will die to feed its hunger for crystals?
They would have thee suffer man's spite and live in fear. Far better to dwell in my beauteous dream than endure so ugly a reality.
I don't know about that.
She's wrong! We hate the Empire as much as you, if you just listen!
Poor misguided children. I would spare you the torments of this cruel and misshapen world. Come, bask in my radiance. Let it fill your hearts and free you from your burdens.
Oh. Girl, what? Were you not moving? As I should, as the girl boss I am.
Abide
now
in
they're on
misery,
fire.
then, fools.
Amazing.
The Ananta are more deserving of my blessing. Leave these lands and my dreamers be. I will not warn you a second time.
Are we gonna fight now? Here and now? Let's go. Oh, they all left. They just left. I thought they were on fire. I'm confused. You forgot the player character actually does something in that cutscene? Yeah. I'm so used to standing around glaring, truly. Just standing around going. Like the whole time. It's so funny. Wow, they changed. Wait, they changed the way the names look over here. That's so fun. That's so nice. What the heck? Defied a deity, for real. I appreciate your support on defeating this deity. Everyone, thank you. Oh, interesting. A crossword party. I like how it's set up over here, though. It looks really cool. Kira's bun got a resting cute glare. My bunny is cute. I do not actually have the jalapeno with me today because I cooked it. Because it was, you know, I bought it last week. I bought a couple and then, you know. But I'm going to buy it and I will... I'm good with going on Reaper. Absolutely. I'm good. I'm comfortable. Don't worry. So, Wednesday, we will be eating the jalapeno. When stream starts. Yeah, I'm party leader. Okay. Oh. I'm not party leader. Nice check. You got the H. Chaos. Literally, Chaos makes the redemption, and the first time Chaos redeems it, they get 100%. But it does really track, yeah. Rigged, yeah. You would think so. You would think so. %35 nice. Not bad. Not bad. Extra rigged. I think I got like 30 earlier. Let's go, everyone.
Open your heart to me.
Okay, she's almost dead. We can get it. What do those circles do? Is my question. And Crystal, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Honestly, for a bit there, I did kind of forget that. What is this? Okay. I'm glad I guessed correctly there. What do we do? What do we do? Was I supposed to be attacking something? Okay. We move on. We move on. This music slaps. It's so good.
Rest your weary souls in my bosom.
Bosom. Oh my gosh.
I shall free you from your hate.
Okay, it's fine. I didn't know I got thrown off. Oh my gee golly, I'm sorry guys.
Surrender to bliss.
Just me and the Grandmaster caster over here.
Do not your souls weigh heavy?
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry if I'm messing this up for us.
Your souls are
How do I stay on? I'm confused. Use duty action, a special button. This one? And you see the blue orbs that spawn. Okay, okay, okay. I follow, I think. I'm sorry, I'm still learning how to read the chat in game.
I shall free you from your hate.
think I did it. I did it! I did it! I did it! Okay, that makes sense.
Surrender to bliss.
You see blue orbs run through them. Okay, okay.
Your souls are stained.
I got it. Okay. I got it at the end there, but I understand it now moving forward if we ever do this again because of raids or whatever. Let's go. Yay. Thank you guys. Yay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Very helpful. And I needed it.
You did it again. You saved them. I just wish I could have been more help.
Oh, Lise, it's okay.
So, it looks like the Inanta did have a mountain of crystals after all. Like every other tribe. Gods were all such slaves to our weaknesses.
You slew our mistress! She was our hope! Our salvation! Is there no end to your cruelty?
Oh no.
Listen to me, please. I know that you're only trying to protect yourselves because you feel frightened and alone. But that's how we all feel. Don't you see? If we could just turn to each other for help instead of the gods, I'm sure we could find a way to live in peace. Your crystals are important to you, aren't they? Reflections of your souls, right? Well, you shouldn't have to sacrifice something so precious to a primal.
Who are you to question our choice? You who fight without fear? We wish only to live in peace. And if this be the price we must pay, then so be it!
I know there's nothing I can say to convince you. But I hope that one day you look back and see we only ever wanted the same thing.
Begone, damn you! Spare me your hollow words, and leave me to mourn.
All right. Off we go.
I'll go. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up. Girabania is our home too. And one way or another, we're going to have to learn to live together. Come on. Alphino and Alize are waiting.
Dang. Well, meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo. Oh no, he's not gonna be happy.
Ah, the savage returns, and with her tail firmly between her legs, beaten by beastmen, I hear.
It was a shameful display, by all accounts. She may have curried the Viceroy's favor with her bold promises, but in the end, she's just another plodding bungler like the rest of her kind.
Strange. You would think him a better judge of character. Then again, I hear she's not averse to a more physical mode of persuasion.
Oh.
I thought she rose through the ranks rather quickly, but no longer. If only she had been content with her lot, she might have lived to see the morrow.
Yeah, don't feed into it. Me rooting for a bad guy in this moment. Both villains, but always will root for the woman villain, you know? Even fictional villains aren't free from slept to the top allegations, truly.
Fedola Rem Lupus. Commander of the Crania Lupi, reporting as ordered.
It will literally just follow women everywhere.
Why do you tremble, sir? Could it be that the Empire's butcher is afraid? That she who walks with death is terrified of her own?
I'm terrified of dying having achieved naught. Gladly would I give my life to win a great victory on the battlefield, had I but the strength.
Alas, you do not. Indeed, you are weak. And born of this weakness is a blind fervor, a raging inferno which threatens to consume not only you, but everyone around you.
Okay.
Yes, my lord.
You were defeated by the Resistance on several occasions. You misjudged the Ananta and spurred them into summoning an icon.
Barely.
Have you anything to say?
This Ingle?
I do not, my lord. My failures are my own. I am prepared to accept your judgment.
He's not gonna kill her yet.
And that is very admirable. However, I've had enough of this dumb show. Give voice to that hunger I see in your eyes, or I will pluck them from your head.
Oh. It's giving Nanami.
I want... I want to make them pay! All of them! Everyone who ever mocked or looked down on me! I want the power to make them pay!
Ew.
Very well. Then I shall give you a chance. A chance to transcend your mortal limits. Assuming, that is, you are prepared to wager your life for such power.
Transcend, my lord. I came here prepared to die. Tell me what I must do.
Gosh, I love a psychotic woman. Truly. Psychotic woman. Top tier. Oh? Okay, I've been holding this in. My guy has a worse side part than I did in the early 2000s. My guy has such an insane side part. You know, when it was popular. Silence of the Golds. back down where we came. My guy. Now, what's the reason for that? No reason. All right. Tell her that we did it. Where is... Okay, cool. That's where I thought. Here are your little sacks of creatures. Those snake people sure talk fast. They truly do. They truly do. Hi, welcome in. I'm very much a clicker. I'm sorry. And a cutscene skipper. Unless they talk. And then I stick around. I feel like this one's important, so I am going to read this one actually. Honored guests, I pray you partake of our humble offerings as we give thanks for your many valiant deeds. Thank you, sir, for this warm welcome. We are honored to break bread with you and your family. Come, come, eat your fill of our food and drink deep of our spirits. There is more than enough for all. I said to Beth, but dibs on the next duty whenever it happens. Okay, okay. I will let you know. Doesn't matter to me. I've already seen it all, truly. Ah. How far are you in the game? I will definitely let you know when I get to the next duty, barely. She wasn't kidding when she said her mother could cook. Let's go, Chaos. You know, seeing her with her family, I can't help but think of my own. Oh. How my father would come home from a hunt with dinner on his shoulder, and Ida would prepare it with herbs and spices. Our mother died when I was little, so she did most of the cooking. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and that was enough for me. 7.1 certified. Okay, let's go. But they wouldn't let us have even that. Of course, Father and Nita had to fight. I would have too if I'd been older, but they didn't have to die. It never ends, does it? They call us beasts. They treat us like them. They push and they push and until someone pushes back, until someone takes up arms or summons a god, a false god. If the 12 are watching us, what are they thinking? What are they thinking when they see the strong hurt the weak? When people fight and die and nothing gets better and it just goes on and on and on. I know. That's why we're here, isn't it? Thanks for listening. I know it's just rambling, but I feel better somehow. Who knows what the answers are, or if there are even any. Either way, life goes on and we've got to go with it. Sorry, that sounded better in my head. I must be tired. Time to turn in, I think. Tomorrow's another day. Let's see what it brings. Sleep well. Wait, weddings aren't cross-world? That's interesting. It's a good thing a tall bunny girl with a giant scythe is the savior of the world and brings them comfort. I love just bringing them comfort. I'm always going to be here for them with my giant scythe. Yeah, it's annoying. A bunch of pals are making alts to be able to attend. Yeah, that is weird. It's weird that they would have it for literally... You could do so much, but the weddings are like, oh, nope, off limits. Well, you need to be able to do a lot of killing to save the world. Yeah, which is exactly why me and my scythe are gonna stay hand in hand. All right. Wow. I feel like... Oh, I don't think I can get that way anymore. It's okay. They probably would have changed it by now if it was easy, I guess. But as long as new character can reach East Shrewd, it's not too bad, yeah. Yeah, East Shrewd is very early. Like level 15 should be fine. Takes a couple hours max. That's like easy
I remember
peasy.
how they laughed. Alliance and resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village.
Okay.
The first of many.
This place is really cool. I guess... Oh, this way is the only way we can go. Let's go ahead and get on our horse so we can go a little faster. You feel like you bump into a lot of Framfrit people? All of us are... Majority of us are Framfrit in here. Or I'm definitely Framfrit, and I know Beth is. And I guess Chaos is making an alt now. And there's a couple of other friends that pop in and out that are Framfrit as well. I guess it's a popular one. Xenos lives on Framfrit? Yeah. That's obviously why we're all here. Are you making another ult? Wait, that'd be so funny. Just Xenos attending the wedding. I have mixed feelings. I would also have mixed feelings. If it was my wedding, he would be banned. But, you know. Whoa, what the heck? That's so cool. I know Hyperon is susceptible to congestion, but there's usually only a few servers here and there. Once in a while that could close off. Oh, okay, okay. My guy. Beth's like, please. For the love of God, please. Uninvite him. Oh. Oh, we're gonna show her like leveling up. Oh, what the heck? Wait, are they zapping? Wait, what? Oh.
Oh, my head.
Let us see.
You might be helping a frame fritter do a book run re-clear of the latest Savage after work, but depends what she needs. I am still super early in all of this.
She lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too.
But that sounds fun. I always like playing with friends, no matter like
My
what
lord.
we're doing in this game, honestly.
What have you done to me?
My guy has
Though we Guardians are
eyeshadow.
intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics.
Okay.
This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabar. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage.
Would you rather have smarts or would you rather have lightning bolts? Ooh, lightning bolts.
Magitech, that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magic. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan, through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alagiri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Bro just woke up and they're already like, go back to the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
Oh no.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Okay. For Dolas, it's still regular size, but like, yeah, it's in the battery.
Found you.
Oh, thin crab. I love thin crab. My man. Gotta get to it. Rise and grind. Truly, Belle. Alright. Please, Mr. Grasshopper. I'll have to say hi one day, perhaps. I gotta get back to work. I hope work goes well. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. Boop. That's like bunny, please. Thank you. Thank you. Leave me alone. Mr. Grasshopper, sir. Leave me alone. I love Bun too. Which is why I had to be Bun. A dive? A dive? Off we go. To the next destination. Oh, gold. Please, sir. Leave me alone. I'm gonna get this up here before I forget. That is funny. Kind of looks like a seahorse in a way. That's probably what it's in reference to. A seahorse mixed with like a dragonfly? to go the other way. Alright. Okay, keep going this way. I have a bad feeling about something that's coming up. Quest complete. Oh. Oh, wow. Another battle already. Yeah, let's go. Protect your dad.
You've improved, lad.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Okay.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
I'm a Vina, I believe.
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an
I
assault
think
on the main tower.
since I joined, there was definitely
a
two.
request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Oh no.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Zeno said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
Oh my god.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
No. That sounds exactly like something he would do.
Mayhap you'd like to ask Lord Zenos yourself. I thought not. Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Now, give the order.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
Oh no.
Rudolph, Hamlet.
No, she's literally killing her friends.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
Oh, does it mean Conrad's gonna die too? Are we really this close to them? Like the main area? Or is this still like occupied land? Oh my god, this is insanity. Oh my gosh.
What in the seven hells?
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
Oh my gosh. No! That's so sad. By the 12, did you see that? The main tower just collapsed. You heard it too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon at... But that was an Imperial installation and their troops were still... No one's responding. I don't know if the shell is jammed or... We have to go now. They might need our help. Oh my gosh. Oh, main tower gone. Alright, let's go, Adisai. You only need to praise them to open? Interesting. Oh, me oh my. I really hope Conrad and them are okay. Because I feel like they were in there, right? Or maybe not. Wounded Temple Knight. That's on... Yeah, that's on our side. Everything hurts. I think I was struck by debris from the tower. Oh. Wait, I know you. Clara. Word of House Fortemps. We fought together on the steps of faith. You saved my life back then. And now. Can we talk? Oh, I can walk. Thank you. 1,000 times thank you. Conrad, can you hear me? Nago. Put him down over there. Oh no. I mean, what were we supposed to do? Like, we would have never predicted they would have blown up their own thing. Their own people. I feel like Conrad's gonna be dead. D-E-A-D.
Conrad, speak to me!
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but we have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Oh no.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing. Well, that's that then. Time's up.
Oh no.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Aww.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Alamigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
Oh. So many dying so quickly in a short amount of time. What the heck? Meanwhile, I don't need to know meanwhile. Just end it there.
Next round, double the charge.
Who are you?
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
This little butt nut. I knew. I knew. I knew it would have repercussions. Wait.
That's the cerulean pipeline.
Not Buttnut. Buttnut to Nidhogg, but not to our man.
Impossible! How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot!
Not a
My lance
Buttnut.
has slain far greater beasts.
Let's go.
You're welcome, boy.
So how'd he get Nidhogg?
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon!
Let's go, Ishgard.
The savages are coming!
Oh, get out of here. Good luck finding him for real. He's gone. You were never gonna find him. Welcome in, Jay. We could have killed him. We could have walked away. But instead we tried to convince them and lay down their arms. We tried to seek peaceful resolution. We showed them mercy and this was their response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must go not. Gods, as my witness, they are reckoning. Dang. Woo! What's a lot going on? Yeah, I don't think it's on the outside. Can I go this way? I can. Can you please? Hello? I feel like that was a little glitch there. Alright. Alfie is okay, Ali say. Do not worry. Okay. We'll keep going a little bit longer. Helping the enemy. Oh, I have to like, yeah, I have to look out. Here's one, and I need one more after this. I have a feeling it's gonna be like down here somewhere. Woo. Please. Oh, here he is. Just about to run right past him. And TP back. Okay. can now access the next job class. Let's go. All right. The deaths weigh heavy on my soul, Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader, he was a patriot, and above all else, he was a good man who will be sorely missed. One of the many lost this day, I ask for a moment of silence to pray for the souls of the departed. We have suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Whew. Hold tight to this grief, this anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield, and next to you face the enemy. I will carry us far, General. Of that I have no doubt. Ere we take a step towards Alamigo, however, we must first address the question of how to deal with the cannon. If the Imperials are willing to employ the weapon without thought for their own soldiers' safety, we might struggle to approach them. A frontal assault is out of the question. We lose countless men before we even reach the walls. Would we? Recall that the Imperials could have obliterated our forces had they been kept firing, but neglected to do so. They had no strategic reason to cease fire, which begs the question, why did they? You suspect they were unable to fire the cannon again, mayhap due to a malfunction? Or one of their officers found his conscious after the first barrage. Or a heretofore unknown resistance faction chose a moment to disable it. There are many possibilities, but the fact remains that they stopped when logic dictated they continue. Then I'll just have to go and see for myself if the cannon is still operable. 8%? You go from 100 to 8%? $86? It's so funny, Chaos. All right. Please, Mr. Grasshopper, sir, you do not see me. He saw me. I feel like he was turned around. He couldn't have saw me. Glitch in the game. Okay. Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you met golems. Look, the old stories were true, eh? In a way, I'm glad. Right then, time to climb. Oh, no big deal. Just scaling a mountain. No big deal. Easy. Phew, that took a bit more out of me than I expected. And here she is, the Hope, the ark that one man made to save the countless others from the flood during the 6th Umbral era. Okay. And TP back. Oh no. I'm very close to holding too many items again. What is new? What's new? Nothing. All right. Bye, Alan. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Oh, that's so far out there. I was about to be like, if he didn't see me. But the guy turned away did? Oh my gosh. Oh wow. These guys are interesting. Please leave me alone. See, we can be nice to each other. There we go. Oh my god, I spoke too soon. All right, here we are. Alright, yeah, this is where we were before, where we did the attack. And they shot it. Okay. All right. It makes sense that there's still Imperial soldiers here, because the whole base wasn't blown up. But... oh, a griffin. A true griffin. I want a true griffin. All gonna be more people here. Oh. People is a loose term, I guess. Oh my god. I did not make it. Gosh darn it. I feel like there we go. You need to worry about not dodging and just taking the hit and getting the kill before it gets worse. What in the heck? Okay. A weird little looking creature. It's like a camel and a giraffe. So weird. Can you really keep up with me because his neck is so long? That's so funny. That's actually really funny. Oh, wrong one. Well, that's a relief or a trap. Either way, I'll find Alfie and Alize and we'll meet you there. All right. Didn't have to go far at all. Oh, I'm gonna kill this thing before I can use my superpower up. Please, weird camel thing, don't look at me. Chaos. Chaos. Chaos, what the heck? Thank you. I appreciate it. What the hecky heck? What? Chaos, no! Take it back. That's too much. Ugh. Thank you. Holy heck. Well now, let's see. Chaos, you get a custom Discord role. So please, please, please let me know what you would like for your custom Discord role. And we have met, let's see, 80, 95 total, which means we will do a peanut butter and pickle. Which honestly, I think might be good. How much to stop that? I think it actually might be good. Now, Chaos, the question is, since you got us to that goal, do you want me to do it now at the end of stream? Or do you want me to do it at the beginning of stream with my jalapeno next time? Means jalapeno, not pickle. Do you not want me to do the pickle? So the beginning of next stream, pickle is 50, it is. Jalapeno is 25. How much to stop it? Wait, you can... Chaos, you've already achieved that. So as one of your things, with your individual incentive, $25, you get a letter and sticker, or you can change my food option. So if you would like to change my peanut butter and pickle food option, you may do so. At least it's not banana and mayo, but we might get that much. And that's 100. You do you? You're gonna save it for now? So beginning of next stream is what you're saying. Banana mayo salad. I know. I'm really concerned about that one. That one actually might be the worst one on the list. I care more about getting the... For real. Yeah, Mike's exited. We're just talking about it. Nothing's happening. I really don't think the pickle and the peanut butter is gonna be that bad. Do a blue chaos. Oh, we have another duty available. Bear. Okay. Can you guys give me like 5 minutes? Because I really have to pee and I'm gonna go get my pickle and peanut butter. Okay. Can we do that? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will be back momentarily. Enjoy me with this weird thing in the background. Thank you, Barely. I appreciate that I am permitted to go to the bathroom. Ow, ow. Okay, bye. I am back. Alright. Alright, friends. Let's get this over with. I really don't think this is gonna be that bad. Cause like they'll put like peanut butter on hamburgers and it has like a bunch of this on it, you know? Alright, ready? I'm gonna be so real, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Girl, it's not bad at all. End scene. Guys, that's literally the least, like, nasty one on the list, I feel like. You know? But, like, think about it, right? There are peanut butter that they put on hamburgers. And they have, like, it goes good together. That's not bad, guys. I swear. Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on. Chaos, thank you for actually making me try that. It was not bad at all. I didn't hate it. I am ready. I'm ready whenever you guys are. It's better than the raisin. Honestly, I hope Chaos uses their immunity in the next one, if we get the next one, because that one actually seems like the worst. All the other ones, I think the next one is actually going to be the worst. Oh, it's kind of lagging. Hi guys. Whoop whoop. Let's go. Waist snatched. Woman stolen. Men stolen. Hot yes. Pick a bunny name, and we're gonna get to Lansing. Let's go. Wait, what? What? Thank ya for the heals. Oh, wow. This is an interesting character. Let's go. Little Kate. Oh, are we gonna rescue what's her face? Oh my god. Oh my god. Is that what happens when you don't do it in time? Let's go. Thank you for the heals. Oh. Oh my gee golly. Oh, got stuck in the corner. Oh man, we can only get 2. I'm in. Let's go, Chaos. Little grunt he made was funny. Oh wow, it's like a Power Ranger. Looks like it from afar. More like a, just like a little clown guy. Night clown? Is there such thing? Do I? Okay. Oh no! Mm. Oh my god, I didn't mean to click that one. Ah, Kate! Okay, okay. Ooh, the light. Oh. Oh no. god, more? Oh wow. Let's go. I could have been my maid quote in game and in real life. Miquo, but a maid. That's funny. I like that. I mean, you could always start over. What the heck is this? He's got the little ew. Disgusting. I'm coming. Let's hit it. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Oh. I might have gotten hit a little bit there. Let's go. We got things from the dungeon. Am I supposed to? Oh. Let's go. The tallest, bustiest bunny. Software bunny years and age. As you should. As you should. Yay! Let's go! That had to have been like one of their citizens, right? Because it had the little like gym on it. Let's go. What do I want? Earrings. Red mage's arm. Guess we'll take that. Okay, well now I have nothing left in my inventory, so I cannot take anything else. Oh gosh, what is this cutscene gonna be?
Understood. We're on our way. Lisa's unit should be advancing upon the fire control center in the command tower. Let us join them.
Let us join them. Oh no.
Lise! Thank the 12 you're all right.
And you. There's the control center. Let's hit them hard and fast. Ready?
Ready. Oh no.
They're here!
It was you, wasn't it?
Girl is gonna provoke her and she's gonna like transform.
It was over! The Skulls had surrendered, no one else had to die, and you killed them! Your own people! Your own comrades!
You're right. I killed them. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn, all the rest. Trained and fought with every last one of them. Good soldiers to a man. I gave the order that led to their deaths. And I knew exactly what I was doing.
Oh.
But why? Why would you do that?
They died so that all Alamegans could live free. That was all we ever wanted. We made a promise.
This isn't living free under the Empire.
So that one day the Imperials would learn to accept us. But everything comes at a price. And if you haven't got the means to pay, then you pay with blood. Service guarantees citizenship, but citizenship guarantees naught. It's not enough to do your part, oh no. You have to run faster, fight harder, kill more and more and more, and only then will you be equal. That's just how it is out here in the provinces. You buy your freedom with blood. There is no other way.
Shut up! Shut your mouth! You don't get to talk about freedom! You killed your own! They trusted you, and you killed them! Murderer! Butcher! Traitor!
Oh. Yeah, Lise.
Lise! Gotcha!
Alice.
I know what you can do. I've already seen it.
Alize!
Alize's always getting hurt, man.
so. The odds are against me.
Oh, God.
Hero! Lord Xenos invites you to join him for the royal hunt, to be hosted at the palace. You may bring your horde, if you like. All are welcome.
Interesting.
She'll be all right, but we'll need to carry her. Will you help me?
Girl escaping death closely.
Thank you. Lise,
on the
I leave
reg.
matters here in your hands.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's another cutscene. The only thing I can say is at least it wasn't a death yet. But yeah, that was fun. What a roller coaster that is. If you guys want to follow my socials, there they are. We did do a lot today. I post when I'm gonna go live on my socials most of the time. I kind of throw in some streams here and there. I go live every Monday and Wednesday, so I'll see you guys Wednesday at 5:30. You're almost done with the— wait, really? That was the start. Wait. Oh my god. Guys, that's crazy. I can't believe I'm already almost done with Stormblood. But a lot happened today. Like, we started in Doma and now we're like already fighting for our freedom back home. Let's read into... Sorry, I'm having to concentrate. There we go. We're gonna raid into our lovely pal Rio. Oh my god. They are playing Baldur's Gate 3, which is also another amazing game. So we'll keep the kind of same vibes going-ish, you know? So let's send all of our love to Rio. And I will see you guys this upcoming Wednesday at 5:30 Eastern Time. We will continue through Stormblood. Hopefully we can get more into our foodathon as well. And hopefully I will not have to eat what the next one is. And Chaos will be nice and tell me that I don't have to. But I will see you guys next time, and I appreciate you for being here. Chaos, Barely, Kate, Beth, and anyone else who is still here lurking, I appreciate you so much. And let's send all of our love to Rio. Okay. Good night.